Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's D Styles here. If you want to know how I created this beautiful look, stay tuned. Alright, I cleansed the face off camera and hydrated with my hydrating spray. Now I'm just moisturizing the entire face. Now I'm applying my grip primer. I'm using the Msmetic grip primer and I'm applying this almost everywhere aside the under eye. So you just want to take your time when you're doing your prep. You want to make sure that each step gets dried, not dried completely, like soak into the skin before you move to the next step. Just want to take your time and massage each of these products, because your prep step is what will determine whether your look is going to come out flawless. Alright, next I'm going to be going in with my sweat block using a cotton pad and just dabbing around the forehead, the nose, the brows, places that clients usually, sweat and all of that. And finally, for my prep, I'm just going to be using a mattifying primer. I'm using the one from Becca primer, just to control oil around the oily areas. I'm using my fingers because I prefer using my fingers to massage it into the skin properly, just so my products around that area would not have to crease or crack or break or anything. Next is foundation. So I'm using the V Beauty mixed with the classic foundation to get her shade. I'm going to be listing out all the products in the description box. Please pardon my voice, I'm having a bit of cold. So when you're applying your foundation, you want to make sure you're not swiping or swirling. You're just going to be dabbing the products into the model's skin. Gently, please. Trust me, I'm not using force on her face. Don't know why the video looks as though I am, but I am not. So you want to take time to blend the foundation into her skin. Doing the same thing on the other side. So I don't put the foundation all over the face and blend. I take it one step at a time, finish at one segment before I go to another area of the face. It makes the blending easier that way. Next, I'm going to be using my Imagic lip palette just to contour. The contour did not actually show because she's really dark, so I don't know why I still continued anyway. For blush, I'm also going to be using the Imagic palette and I'm using that red shade. I love that red shade for really dark skin clients. It just gives me the blush color I like. So I'm just going to be using the same beauty blender to just blend that into the skin. For highlighting, I'm going to be using the Beauty by AD concealer in the shade 11. So I'm concealing under her eyes, her nose, her cupid's bow, her chin and her forehead. For an easier blend, I'm going to be adding that same foundation color we used earlier to the edges. Alright, to blend, I usually like starting off my blending from the foundation before I enter into the concealer. That's the lighter shade. You want to take your time when you are blending so everything can just enter into the skin seamlessly. Don't be in a rush when you're blending. Blending is key when it comes to makeup. So just take your time. Make sure you are really light-handed, because if you add pressure, you might tend to create patches around the face rather than it to blend seamlessly. Alright, so when you want to blend under the eyes, you want to make sure you tell your clients to look up, just so you can blend the whole concealer directly under her eyes. Okay, so the next thing I'm doing now is setting all the areas we highlighted. I'm using the Merak setting powder in the shade Cinnamon, just to set all the areas we highlighted. So I'm taking very little at a time while I'm setting. You don't want to take so much product, if not the under eye can end up creasing or kicking. So you take very little at a time, layer upon layer. You don't just pack the whole thing and put under the eye, if not it will seem very heavy at the end of the day, and it won't give you the skin like finish that you would want to have. Alright, so when I'm done, I'm just going to be setting the entire face using my V Beauty powder palette. I noticed that the two shades I earlier showed in the video was quite light for her, so I switched to the darkest shade in the palette to set her entire face. For contour, I'm using the Becharm powder palette and I'm using the darkest shade there for her contour. I'm mixing the darkest shade in the Becharm powder palette as well as my V Beauty powder palette to contour her cheeks. Remember, our liquid contour or our cream contour didn't show as much, so I want to make sure my powder contour is having the effect I want. For her nose, I'm using that same shade to contour her nose, and I'm trying to like form a Y kind of shape that's connecting the brows to the nose region and then taking it down on both sides. So for blush, I'm using the Elsas blush, the Elsas big blush, and now I'm just setting her face with my fix spray. Next thing I'm doing is her reverse contour. So I love to do this immediately after her nose contour and also after her cheek contour, just to intensify the appearance of our contour. That's the purpose of the reverse contour for me. Next, I'm baking her face using the same setting powder from Merak. That's the nutmeg. The essence of baking basically is just for your eyeshadow fallout. So whenever you're doing your eyeshadow and maybe you probably have some fallout from it, it's just going to be dropping on the face. Alright, now I'm just doing her brows. I have a detailed brow tutorial on my page. Do well to check it out while you enjoy the process. Now I'm going in with my eyeshadow base from Becharm, and I'm just going to be applying this on the lid of the eye. The next thing I'm doing is using the contour shade just around the edges of my eyeshadow base. And now I'm going in with a dark color, a black color from my Blossom eyeshadow palette. I think that's the nude story. Yes, her nude story. And now I'm going in with a reddish shade, just further intensify my transition color. And then I went back in with the black shade all over the lid because I'm trying to do a smoky eye. I later switched palettes and I used the Rios palette from Zikel just to give me that black eyeshadow look I want. Added glitters, and now I'm smoking under the eye using that same black eyeshadow from the Rios eyeshadow palette from Zikel. I'm lining her waterline now with a black gel liner. I'm also going to be lining the top. Now I'm going to coat her lashes with mascara, and I'm dusting off that baking powder we put under the eyes. Right now I'm fixing her lashes. Sorry, this clip is a bit blurry. Just fix the lashes, and now I'm using a dark powder to blend out that reverse contour on her cheek. I'm setting the face first with my Kiss Beauty Fix Spray, and then now with my Becharm Sweat Spray. Doing her under eye mascara using the Wink Beauty mascara, just to give volume to her under eyelash. And now I'm just adding a bit of the glitter liner around her inner corners and underneath her lashes as well. Going in with the Msmetic cheek glaze around her cheek, and now I'm just using my highlighter on her cheek, her chin, the ridge of her nose, her forehead, basically. So for her lip, I'm starting off with this burgundy shade from Beyond Beauty. Just going to be using it to line around the edges of her lips before I then go in with the red shade, also from Beyond Beauty. But before I go in with that red shade, after I'm done lining, I'm just going to go in with a brush to blend out those lines, just so that the next color can sit properly on its own on the lip. I'm then blending it out, and then now I'm going in with the red shade. I'm also going to be blending out that red shade as well, using that same brush into the burgundy shade. Now I'm going to be spraying the face with my final spray. I'm using the sepia from Msmetic. Now I'm glossing my lips. I'm using the color gloss from Beyond Beauty. And for the middle part, I'm using the Blossom red gloss on the middle of my lip. At the end of the day, while I was done with this lip, I didn't really like the outcome, so I changed to a nude lip, and this is the final look. I hope you enjoyed watching this tutorial. Please like, share, comment, subscribe to my channel. Can't wait to see you in my next tutorial. Bye.